let's find Darlene.
We must.
Honey, the Germans demand our presence. Didn't know we were so international.
I did.
She, came in with, and my mom apologizes. But you know what? When she apologizes to crusaders, that's exactly right. She's an adult. I don't care.
Yeah. Probably just don't come secondhand.
Well, right. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm glad she feels guilty.
Yeah.
I mean, it shows that she wasn't a complete idiot, but, you know, just stupid. She was rude to quite a few people. So the place out, and then she's rude to everybody still, so it's like, oh, okay. I'm not rude, like crazy.
Right.
I told her, hell, my girls can handle rude.
Don't even pay attention to it.
Yeah, tone it out.
Should I live with her? Come on.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing I think is really interesting was that at the end of it all, everybody had a different rent, and mine was the highest.
Yeah.
And that boiled my coffee right there. I was
Well,
like,
that's not right.
that's bullshit. Then she's like, well, I'll lower it. No, bye-bye now. Working that game, you know.
This makes life work. Well, you can. I mean, people resent things like that. It's like you're all getting the same.
Well, if it's promotional, it's promotional. You have to say so. I agree.
Right.
I always tell people it's promotional. You know. And then you go to whatever. I said, but when you're telling everybody a different thing, it's bullcrap.
Well, and it always comes out. I mean, no matter how many times you tell people about what it is, but you can't say anything to anybody, it comes out.
Because that's the first thing that'll get to where everybody's going to tell.
Oh, yeah.
She told me not to say it, but it's compulsion.
I'm not supposed to tell you about it.
Because that makes it juicier.
Well, I think by saying that just makes people curious. You know, it's like, okay, just like this year, bonuses came out. They weren't as much as I guess they've gotten in the past. I wouldn't know because I've never been there for bonuses in the past. So, but then everybody gets their own little individual email, and it's like, don't tell anybody because you got more than anybody else did. Or,
Oh no, right?
Which is what mine said.
Right.
And I never said, because I never tell anybody. It's like, in the office, I mean, it's nobody's business what I make or what I get that, whatever. I never say anything to anybody about that anyway. So, but I just think it's when I'm like, okay, so did they tell everybody that in there?
Right.
It does make people curious.
Great. Well, and then they'll start asking questions. And if you want to talk about it on your business, it's your shit. Go ahead,
Right. And there are some people in the office. Well, there's one person in the office. She's pretty vocal about the fact that she asked for pay raise and didn't get it. And she's kind of unhappy about it. So. But yet, even she has to admit that the reason that they gave her for telling her no was valid. You've maxed out the pay scale for the job that you do. So, unless you want to go back to school and get some more schooling and get more certifications
anywhere.
and stuff,
I mean, when we worked in the
know.
mall and everybody was on a percentage and you made it to 50% and that was it.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted to make any more money, you had to up your price, but you couldn't up your price unless you did the education program
Right.
that they had. You had to do every video, you had to do every seminar, you had to do blah, 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 blah. And when you did all of that, surprisingly enough, you could up your price. You became the master stylist. Well, honey, I was already there.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, it's just like, okay. But now she's being really passive aggressive about what she will do. You know, and I'm like, I told him, he's like, well, do I need to authorize it for me? That's your choice, not mine. I'm not your personnel manager. You know, I said, but I can tell you, I don't have the time or the energy to deal with the bull crap that she's pulling right now.
Sure.
So you better do something.
It's a bummer. Well, and plus it's dark and cold and everybody's cranky.
Yeah. Well, I get, you know, I tell her upfront. I know that my home life sometimes affects my work life. I try not to let it, but when Jack's having a bad week, trust me, so am I. You know? And unfortunately, he's been having a few of them lately.
Oh, no.
So,
they took the fish back. What was wrong with the fish? He was killing our expensive corals. He was picking at them and picking at them.
Oh.
And a $33 fish is not worth a $100 coral. He's going back to that fish pool.
Where do you go?
Me and my free mate. Me and my free mate.
Fish. Do I take what happened to my fish?
I like that.
Callie's fish?
What'd you do to him?
There was only one more alive. And I thought it was dead. So I was like, going to clean up the fish bowl and throw it away. So I wasn't going to play that fish game anymore. I was sick of it. And I was dumping it in the sink. And the fish was alive and he went in the garbage disposal. I couldn't get him out. It was horrible. I bawled like a baby.
That's so awesome. Just a minute. Grandma's making you sushi, honey.
Callie doesn't know that I killed her fish.
She does now because the camera's on again.
I'm going to stop talking.
I think it's so awesome. The byproduct of taping myself is going to be I have more shit on you today than... It's amazing. The last time I had the camera on in the salon, the gal was talking about her crack binge. And I have it all on
Not
tape.
me.
I have it all on tape from years ago, the little welfare gal that was working with us. And all the other girls in the shop were just sitting there with their face.
Yeah.
And she's like, and then we bought this crack and it was cheap shit and blah, 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 blah. And I was dying laughing. Because I told her, I finally stopped. Mary Beth's sitting in the chair. I said, you know, I have everything you said on tape, and when I'm in New York someday, I'm like, this is my audition video, but I muted it out for this reason, and I'll play back the vocal on Oprah.
Oh, great. I hope Vicky's not listening.
That trailer park bitch had got all her. Not only that, she got the cheap-ass dealer to give her the crap, you know.
And I was starting up my hair. And I said, blah, 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 blah. And he started to shut off. He goes, just feels like family or something.
And I said, she's got a really nice truck. And I'm the not-so-silent partner now.
When did you want to use my
Yeah, I'm not the so-silent partner anymore. The not-so-silent partner. Never be the silent partner.
No, that might.
Okay, give yourself a little whirl.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Who's your team?
They had a good year a couple years ago, but since then.
Oh, hey, they did better than Detroit.
Yeah.
We can all,
What were
we can
they?
all tell ourselves.
Yeah, second to the last?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Detroit was 16-0. Or 0-16. They didn't win a single game.
They made a record. That was
It's
the
the
first time
first
that's
time
ever happened. isn't it?
ever in NFL history that team has gone a whole season without winning one game.
Not a single win.
Yeah.
Well, they'll get better drafting. I don't like
I have to say though, I saw an interview last week with that Mike Millen or whatever, the general manager they fired, and it was amazing.
Here,
It impressed
see how
me.
this
He
works
actually
now,
said
Maddie? I'll give you a
he was
heads up.
responsible for the whole thing. He's like,